In this video, we take a look at 10 American watch brands that you should know. Let's get started. Okay, so kicking off today's list, we have Hesili New York. This is an American watch brand that was founded in 2018. The founder of the brand is from Brooklyn, New York, where the aesthetic and vibe of the city inspired him to create neo-vintage style watches. His goal was to create a watch that is versatile, elegant, and a true style booster. A timepiece that is clearly vintage inspired but has a modern twist. Interestingly, although Hesili is an American brand, with an American founder, they decided to create the watches in Switzerland to ensure the highest level of quality can be achieved. So the case, movement, and assembly is all done in Switzerland. They also outsourced the production of the straps to one of the most prestigious leather producing countries, with Italy. It's hard to put a finger on exactly what style of watch this is. It has field watch design cues, but is also very dressy and elegant. The cases are also rather thick and contemporary in comparison with traditional dress watches. So I consider Hesili as a hybrid watchmaker. An everyday watch that can be used in a variety of different situations and different occasions. But coming in at just $600, I see a lot of value in the watches that they are producing. Coming up next, we have Lum-Tec. Founder Chris developed a passion and love for wristwatches in his early 20s. After gaining enough experience and knowledge, he decided to start his own watch company with his father in November 2018. And Lum-Tec is still a family-run business to this day. This is a watch brand that focuses on creating limited edition and custom watches at an affordable price point. Lum-Tec spend very little money on advertisement, trusting that the quality and design of their watches speak for themselves, meaning that most Lum-Tec customers come from recommendations of past happy customers. Lum-Tec boasts their proprietary MDV technology as a unique selling point. This is where the watch has 8 layers of extremely bright superluminova for incredible legibility even in low light situations. The watches are very tooly in aesthetic, clearly inspired by a variety of different military watches of the past. However, we see other unique design cues like the industrial style cases and unique use of the materials. And with most of their watches coming in at around the $500 mark, it seems like you get a lot of watch for not a lot of cash. Okay, so next up we have Islander. This is an American watch brand founded by Mark at the Long Island Watch YouTube channel back in 2019. In 2018, when Seiko discontinued the SKX, Mark had an idea. At the time, his online watch store was selling mod parts for the SKX, so you could upgrade the Seiko SKX with a sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel, and a better bracelet, for example. But Mark decided to do something bold: create his own watch. He took all of the knowledge he had curated from selling parts and made his own watch instead, with specifications made for watch enthusiasts. At first, his models were just homages to the SKX, with a similar case and design. However, Mark eventually branched out to creating other models too, based on pilot and field watches. And not too long ago, Islander released their first ever original design watch, taking the step from a homage brand to being a genuine independent watchmaker. Islander create incredible value for money watches, some with American assembly and some even feature American-made quartz movements. Islander offer an expansive range of different styles, sizes, and movements with their pieces. All are very affordable and come with great customer service from Mark. And if you head over to toptierticker.com, you'll find a range of different pre-owned watches, including this lovely black Islander pilot's watch, and some other American watch brands too. Link is in the description. Next up on today's video, we have Nodus. This is a watch brand founded in Los Angeles, California. The brand was founded in 2017 by high school buddies Wesley and Cullen. Together, they put their life savings into starting up their very own watch brand, ditching the typical crowdfunding websites to get the company off the ground. And since the initial launch, the brand has seen much success, especially in the watch enthusiast space, as experienced collectors gravitate towards their designs. As these are affordable timepieces, parts are sourced from all over the world. However, every single watch is assembled, tested, and regulated in-house in the United States. Just like many modern watch startups, Nodus takes inspiration from the past, using vintage watches as inspiration for many of their designs. However, Nodus absolutely puts a modern touch on their timepieces with sharp angles and an excellent level of detail. They now produce a range of different watches, from divers to everyday watches and straight up super sporty pieces too. And with most of their watches coming in at under $500, the specs and designs on offer here are exceptional, from fun and flamboyant colours to bronze case dive watches. This is a watch brand that you should definitely check out. If you're enjoying this video so far, please do me a big favour and leave a like rating. It really helps me and the channel to continue to create videos just like this one. Coming up next on today's today's list we have Oceaneva. This is an American-based watch brand founded in 2018 by an experienced watch industry veteran. Now usually I don't include homage watch creators on this list, however I think this one deserves a little more publicity than others. Oceaneva mostly creates dive watches, in the style of the popular Rolex Submariner and other Rolex variants. Now there's two main reasons I've decided to include them today. Firstly, the watches are incredibly affordable, with most models costing under $300. Secondly, their dive watches feature ridiculous water resistance ratings, with some of their models having depth ratings of over 1,000 meters. And Oceaneva even tested some of their watches by strapping them to submarines and sending them deep in the ocean, which not many watch manufacturers actually do. And if you are someone who just loves to get the most amount of specifications for the money, then Oceaneva certainly offers that, with sapphire crystals, automatic GMT movements, and a very solid construction. I have no doubt that these watches are probably produced in China, and that's why they're so cheap. However, the brand is run by Americans in the United States. If you want pure value for money, check out Oceaneva. So next up we have Autodromo, and to my car enthusiasts watching this video, this one's for you. This is an American watch brand founded by Bradley Price in 2011. Bradley is a lifelong car enthusiast and designs his watches with a mixture of vintage cues and modern flair. His watches, however, stick to a very minimalist attitude, typically seen on German watches. However, the overriding inspiration for the watch designs come from vintage cars, with the majority of the watches being styled on old school speed gauges. This was an idea that at the time in 2011, after doing plenty of research, he couldn't find a watch manufacturer creating anything quite like he had in mind. Thus, Autodromo was born. Since its inception, the business has expanded beyond just creating watches, now creating driving gloves and sunglasses too, all of course relating back to his initial love, motor cars. Creating a truly made in America watch is difficult, as the country simply does not have the infrastructure to supply the necessary ingredients. So Autodromo sources its movements from Japan and its cases from Hong Kong. This allows the brand to create watches in the affordable watch space. If you're a fan of watches and cars, then be sure to check out Autodromo. Coming up next on today's video we have Vaer. This is an American watch brand that was founded in 2016 by Ryan Torres and Regan Cook. They set out to build an affordable everyday wristwatch that blends durability and functionality with a tasteful design. Ryan's goal was to create a watch that he could go surfing with in the morning, but then also have a stylish design to be able to wear the watch when he goes into the office, meaning that every single Vaer watch comes with a minimum 100 meters water resistance and indeed a stylish design that could work in an office environment. One of the things I massively respect about Vaer is their diversity when it comes to their pricing of their watches. They sell some models for as little as $160, and for their more premium line, ask for around $1,000, meaning that no matter your budget, they have a watch that can slide into your collection. A lot of Vaer watches are assembled in the United States, but outsource parts like the movements from Switzerland and Japan. Some of their watches boast American assembly stamp at the bottom of the dial too, and with a range of different sizes, styles and prices, Vaer is and will continue to be a watch brand for enthusiasts. Coming up next on today's list we have Bertucci. This is an American watch brand that was founded in 2003, however it wasn't until 2004 that they released their first watch, and their first model, the A2T, is still available to buy to this day. Now when I make these videos I try to research the brand and find out some interesting facts about the brand or the founders. However, it was very hard to find anything out about the beginning of this brand. But the goal with Bertucci is simple. The brand sets out to design and create the best possible field watch. And since field watches are the only type of watch that they sell, they really doubled down with this goal. It's fair to say that Bertucci do indeed create an incredible field watch. What is super impressive is that you can pick up a Bertucci for as little as $75. Of course, this model only comes with a quartz movement, mineral crystal, and 50 meters water resistance, but still rather impressive nonetheless. However, if you're willing to spend a bit more, you get a full titanium case, a sapphire crystal, and 200 meters water resistance, which with those materials makes them the ultimate beta watch. The penultimate brand on today's list is Brew Watch Company. This is a micro brand founded in New York City by Jonathan Vaer. Brew is one of the most interesting brands on today's list, purely down to their incredibly unique design philosophy. Jonathan birthed the idea for Brew when he was at a cafe in New York City. This is whilst he was studying industrial design at the New Jersey Institute of Technology. At first, Jonathan was just designing watches for other brands, but after a while decided to go out on his own. He noticed in the cafe that the baristas relied on a simple kitchen timer to help time each shot of coffee. In that moment, he was inspired to create a design that was not only helpful, but a hell of a lot more fun too. Jonathan launched his first watch on Kickstarter, which saw success with 142 backers accumulating $35,000. And soon, the first Brew watch was born. The whole idea of a Brew watch is fun. A chronograph that is designed to help time the perfect shot of espresso. Sure, in practicality for most people outside of a coffee shop, pointless, but just a super cool, unique idea that has captured watch enthusiasts all over the world. Last but certainly not least on today's list, we have Ball Watch Company, who without question has the richest history featured today. Now, modern day Ball is based in Switzerland and all of the watches they produce are made in Switzerland too, but the American history that they have makes them too important not to feature. Before the development of railroads across the United States, there was no real need for an alignment of time across the states. Each town kept its own time in accordance with the position of the sun. So when the train lines between major cities were finally developed, crashes and fatalities became a huge problem. So Webb C. Ball was designated Chief Time Inspector of the railways. Ball created the RR standard, which set out a criteria to meet in order to fix the railroad problems. Ball succeeded in his mission, and the strict guidelines and incredible pocket watches made the railroad safe. Interestingly, today's standards of COSC certified chronometer are still based in part on Webb C. Ball's original railroad standards. Thankfully, Ball Watch Company still creates watches inspired by its incredible origins, based around the original RR standards that made this brand so important in American history. Don't forget to check out toptierticker.com for the very best and affordable pre-owned watches, so check out the link in the description. If you liked this video and want to learn more about other watch brands, be sure to watch my video here on screen on 10 German watch brands that you should know.